Welcome to the Know, I'm Brian. It looks like a backlash over Fortnite is hitting Sony where it hurts. The company's stock is taking a beating after players got mad that they couldn't log into their accounts on the new Switch version of Fortnite if they had already set up their account on PlayStation 4. According to CNBC, Sony's shares have fallen 2% after the controversy. So you'd think this would prompt a response from Sony, right? Well, they did give a statement to the BBC and it clears absolutely nothing up. Sony said, "We're always open to hearing what the PlayStation community is interested in to enhance their gaming experience." They then finished up by saying they had nothing further to add beyond this at this point. Great PR move, Sony. Meanwhile, Microsoft couldn't resist rubbing it in Sony's face. The Xbox UK account tweeted at Nintendo, "Want to play some Fortnite later?" Nice move. For those of you worried that Super Smash Bros. For Switch might just be a port of the Wii U and 3DS games, don't fret, it's going to be okay. Nintendo officials said at E3 that it is a brand new game, not an enhanced version of the Wii U game. Nintendo's Nate Bildorf told US Gamer, "It's definitely not an update. It's a brand new game built from the ground up." He added, "Everything has been built brand new. Of course you see returning characters and returning movesets, but that's sort of the nature of a fighting game." The latest Super Smash made a big splash at E3 by announcing that it will include every character who's ever appeared in a Smash game. Sadly though, no Waluigi. Big oversight. Anyway, the game releases December 7th. After the reveal that Cyberpunk 2077 is a first-person RPG, CD Projekt Red has responded to fans who've had some questions about the game's perspectives. While some fans have been disappointed that it wasn't in third person like Witcher 3, the developer has said that it was necessary to literally get inside the head of the game's protagonist. Cyberpunk 2077 quest designer Patrick Mills told Eurogamer, "With Witcher 3, you're playing Geralt, and you're watching Geralt. You're controlling Geralt. He's a character, right? He's somebody who already exists. In this game, we wanted to put you in the shoes and in the body of the character you're controlling, so you feel like this is your character. First person was one way to do that." He also said that the perspective lets them do things in the game that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. He said, "We can do some environmental stuff from first person that you wouldn't be able to do in third person. If nothing else, I think it's going to be really cool when you're walking around the city, you look up, which is something that in third person doesn't really feel right." All right, well, that's an explanation. There you go. That's what they have to say. Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to be getting a Stranger Things game from the folks at Telltale. Netflix and the developer have formed a partnership, which means that Telltale Games is working on a Stranger Things game, according to a report from TechRadar. Interestingly, it also means that Netflix is going to add a Telltale game to its streaming library, and that's just for starters. They're testing this out on Minecraft Story Mode Season 1, which is going to hit Netflix this fall. But before you think that Netflix is going to get into the game streaming business, it added, "We don't have any plans to get into gaming. There's a broad spectrum of entertainment available today. Games have become increasingly cinematic, but we view this as interactive narrative storytelling on our service. As for the Stranger Things game, we don't have a release date yet. We'll definitely keep an eye on it." We got to see a lot of Ellie in The Last of Us 2 gameplay that Naughty Dog showed off at E3 this week. And despite the fact that you got to play as both Joel and Ellie in the first game, the developer said that there's only one star of the sequel. IGN asked the developer at E3 if we'd see any more playable characters in the game. Naughty Dog, they were evasive at first, but creative director Neil Druckmann finally confirmed that Ellie is the only playable character in the game, which does make some sense considering that the whole game is centered around her. No release date yet, but we will definitely keep you posted. Taking a couple of days off from streaming can really cost you, apparently. The popular Fortnite streamer Ninja, aka Tyler Blevins, recently took a 48-hour break from streaming while he took part in the huge 100-player Fortnite Pro-Am tournament this week at E3. And in a tweet, Blevins said that the absence cost him about 40,000 subscribers. That's nuts. In the end though, not a huge deal for Ninja considering his numbers. He's already got tons of subscribers and he's back up streaming again. Oh, and he ended up winning the tournament alongside DJ Marshmello. So win-win for that guy. I mean, except for those 40,000, but who knows, they could be back. If you can't wait for the JRPG Octopath Traveler on Switch, a new 3-hour demo of the game is out later today. The new demo lets you choose from any of the 8 characters in game, and there is a 3-hour time limit, but you can transfer your progress over to the full game after it releases. That's definitely cool. The demo goes live this evening in North America, with the rest of the world following a bit later, and of course, the full game is available July 13th. There's a new Stephen King adaptation in the works that might surprise some people. A few years back, he wrote a book called Dr. Sleep, and it's a sequel to one of his most famous novels of all time, The Shining. Now, thanks to the huge success of it, Stephen King properties are in high demand again in Hollywood, and Warner Brothers is going to adapt Dr. Sleep for the big screen. According to Variety, they've cast Ewan McGregor as the adult Danny Torrance. The novel is about Danny trying to help a little girl with the shine, that's that superhuman ability, as she's being hunted by a group of really bad people. McGregor's a great fit for the part, but the question remains, how much is Warner Brothers going to lean on Stanley Kubrick's famous movie versus the original King book, because there are a lot of differences. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out, but they got a good star, a great director in Mike Flanagan. He recently adapted another King property called Gerald's Game, which can be seen on Netflix, and that was a creepy ass book. Just a side note. Comcast was pretty upfront about wanting to outbid Disney to acquire 21st Century Fox and all of its assets. The only thing holding back the telecommunication giant was those darn monopoly laws. But now, with the government greenlighting the AT&T and Time Warner merger, Comcast has made an official all-cash offer to Fox, and it is considerably bigger than Disney's. Comcast is now offering $65 billion in cash for 21st Century Fox versus Disney's $52.4 billion, which was mostly in stock. At the end of the day, money is money, but cash will hold its value, whereas stock, it can fluctuate. The world would pretty much have to be burning down for Disney stock to take a nosedive at the moment, but still, that's their offer. Fox rejected a similar offer from Comcast back during early negotiations, opting to be a part of the Disney family, and they may do so again, but Comcast not going out without a fight. They've not only gone to the top brass at Fox, they've also submitted a 43-page letter to all Fox shareholders urging them to vote no on the Disney merger, which would force the executives to make the case why taking over $10 billion less from Disney is the smart move. The Fox shareholder vote is currently scheduled for July 10th. Now, if Fox goes with Comcast, that could mean that all its Marvel properties then go to Universal, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe would still be deprived of groups like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four once again. Lots of things could happen before the shareholder vote, including Disney could raise its bid, so don't get angry just yet, Marvel fans. Let's wait and see. All right, that is all the news we've got for today. Let us know what you think about all these stories in the comments below, and from all your news from every corner of the internet. Like this video, subscribe to the Know. Oh yeah, we still got E3 coverage, so keep it locked here. We've got another day of developer interviews, gameplay, all kinds of good stuff. So keep it locked into the Know. We got you covered. Welcome to the Know. I'm Brian. It looks like a Backlash over... Excuse me. That's going in the end card.
I say
Yeah, I know.
I saw you remember. And I'm just like...
About halfway through. He's open to hearing what the PlayStation community is interested in to